So now what happens when we put together these two words, awakening and coaching? Awakening, we've understood, means, at least the ultimate potential of awakening means to be free of the mind, to be free of the distracting mechanism which wants to go into the past, into the future, which wants to evaluate and judge and compare, to be free of that so you're absolutely present. Coaching means that we can cultivate that kind of absolute presence in a way that completely recognizes the resourcefulness of the client. So when we bring these two possibilities together, there are some wonderful breakthroughs we can access, some wonderful liberation from traditions of cultivating awakening which have existed for thousands of years. More than in any other field, the cultivation of awakened consciousness, of being present, has existed in hierarchical and patriarchal systems. Right? Particularly systems which we have labeled as being religious or spiritual. So there has been an assumption, in most cultures, if you're interested in having some kind of realization of your true potential, you need to have a teacher. You need to follow what the teacher tells you, which mostly has involved the unquestioning allegiance to practices which are usually one size fits all, right? Everybody does the same kind of practice, and later, if you follow the practice very obediently, you're going to have some kind of peak experience in this life or another one. You follow what I mean? Yeah. So this understanding of peak potential, of the ultimate possibility of awakening, has often then implied following a teacher, following a practice, and following a particular system of dogma, which of course is the ultimate possibility of the empty bucket model of self-development, right? We are seeing today in all kinds of arenas the possibility of a completely different way of embracing the cultivation of awakening consciousness, which is through coaching, where we understand there are a few basic principles which make awakening coaching an incredible breakthrough, not simply the way that we teach it. There are lots of people who are exploring this in their own way. We've just put this label on it, awakening coaching. One thing we realize is, just like a skiing coach who may not be as good a skier as the athlete, in the same way, there is a wonderful woman whose name probably also escapes me due to the jet lag. Her name is Jacqueline Small, actually. I was lucky with that name. She wrote a great book in the 1990s called Transformers. Are you familiar with that book? It's a kind of a must-read, I would say, if you're interested in this topic. A very brilliant book. And she said a very interesting thing in this book. She said, you do not need to be absolutely, quotes, enlightened, and she put quotes, in order to be a facilitator of enlightening. Right? You do not need to be, in other words, you do not need to be a gold medal skier in order to be able to coach somebody to win a gold medal. You understand what I mean? You see, that's very clear, isn't it? You don't need to be the best runner in the world to be able to coach somebody else to be the best runner in the world. You simply need to be a great coach. In the same way, it is possible to learn how to facilitate awakening consciousness without needing to be in some way ultimately awakened. You can effectively learn skills to facilitate this shift from thinking-based living to presence-based living, however you view yourself as an embodiment of that in your own life. This is a tremendously liberating insight. Do you see that? It means we can actually be of tremendous service to other people in a domain that we are still cultivating ourselves.